Okay, if you're like me, you've just been baffled by the Detroit Lions' inability to win, and he's like, "What's going on? The defense is playing better. We got the coaches, we got the players. I mean, what's going on?" Well, it's the quarterback. Okay, so before I go any further, I want to give Pride of Detroit a shout out here because they have this in an article. I saw this play live and knew it was a problem. Knew something didn't look right. I looked at it myself. I wanted to show you guys this. Pride of Detroit had it. They actually took it from TJ Lang, who a former player, now an analyst with the Lions. He tweeted it out because he saw it too. So TJ Lang, Pride of Detroit, now you're seeing it here. Let's just get to it. I can't even. So what you're looking at here is max protect. So we're going to max protect. We've got an extra lineman here as a tight end. We got a max protect. And when this top player here is going to run a post and he's going to be wide open. And then because this safety has coming down, and what you're doing here is you're scheming this up. You've talked about it. Hey, we get around midfield. Let's take a shot. Let's not just slug our way down the field and get into the red zone and have to scheme something up. Let's take a shot. Let's make some plays. Let's do this. So this is a Jared Goff play. And what I mean by that is we're not asking you to be creative. We're not asking you to be Lamar or Kyler. We're saying drop back and throw a post. Okay. So what you see here is a play action. Beautiful. Guys are biting. Okay. So his pocket presence is not there. So what you have is this tight end here, Brock Wright's just going out to the flat for just no reason at all, whatever, TJ is going to kind of block, get lost here, and he's coming out. So it's like Goff knows the play. Oh yeah, step up and throw it. No. So this is huge. I mean, this is why you wonder why we struggle. You wonder why we're slugging it out game after game, and things just seem to go south, and we can't close in the big moments and all this stuff. It's like, well, how about we just throw us a 50, 60-yard touchdown pass when it's there? This is Diggs. He's turned the other way. He's facing his own sideline. This guy's like, oh crap. This safety knows there's a big problem. And Goff is looking at Hawkinson, who's just tangled up with two guys. I mean, again, if you didn't know the play and you were just like a quarterback going back and you looked and think, well, I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. I'll see if my friend TJ's open. So you knew this play, and this is what was schemed up all week. This is what you work on. This is what you wanted to do. You bring in the extra lineman. The pocket is perfect. I mean, look at Ragnow and Jonah. Boom, double team. You're not going anywhere there. Panay comes down because he's got an extra tackle outside of him. So Panay's down here. Jamal Williams does his job perfect. He doesn't let him go in here to get, because the pocket's there. Great pocket. Great job, everybody. Great work. I mean, so what you have now is, instead of a touchdown, let's not even call it a touch. I mean, just a big play, just a field flipper. Instead, you're at the 40, and now you're at the 31, 30. So you've lost 10. So now it's huge. It's just, and I don't want to make too big of a deal out of one play, right? Like, one play doesn't make or break, but what one play does, if you score there, defense is fired up. The morale, everything is just, that is what we have not had, that flow. That it's a, why does everything seem so hard with us? Why do we lose? Why is hard? Why can't we make that's why there's a guy wide open, max protect. Quarterbacks can make bad throws all day long, and what are you going to do, right? The ball's supposed to be here, and he puts it over here. Man, there's not much you can do about that. That's tough. That's difficult. Shoot, bad throw. Not accuracy's not there. But when you just have an opportunity to step up into the pocket and make this throw, because you just lay it out over here, he can run to it. I mean, it looks like he's in decent coverage, but he's really not. Like we said earlier, he's turned around. I mean, a great route, fast. And It's clearly open because if this guy was more up here, then it would be like, well, he's supposed to have him, or I don't know. But if the fact that he's running back in a oh crap moment tells me this is open, man, this is open, and you could step up, step up, step up. But instead, you just get right here and drift backwards. And man, if I see another 5 yard out to TJ Hawkinson, I mean, that's when we know we things aren't going well. When we're throwing 5 yard outs to Hawkinson that hit on 1 out of 4 and they're barely caught and there's just waiting to be a pick six. It's I don't know. It's just that'll be a pick six. So anyway, we got to move on from Jared Goff. The problem is it's not that easy. Now we got to hope that Brad Holmes can pull something off here in the offseason or whenever he decides to do it. Because yeah, it's like, oh, draft a quarterback. We're in line for the number 1 pick again, unfortunately, but we're in line for the number 1 pick overall. And it's like, well, that's what you want, right? A quarterback. We've got quarterbacks going to be available. Good quarterbacks going to be available, but it's just not that easy. You draft that quarterback. Now you're in year 3 of the Dan Campbell era, the Brad Holmes era with a rookie quarterback. Yes, you have some players around him, good players, but that it all kind of starts and ends with the quarterback. So do you get a free agent? Do you trade? Do you it just makes things harder, and it really that margin of error, right? I always talk about that. We now don't have very much margin of error. We have to hit next year, and I can't believe we're already talking about next year as we're in week 7. But that's why things look hard and seem hard, and we can't make plays. It's like, well, we need to hit plays that are right there, that are schemed up, that are perfectly ready for us. Because again, we have got a good offensive line. We've got, even with injuries, we've got wide receivers, we've got running backs. Our defense is playing much better. Oh man, I mean, that was where I was really concerned. And we're not asking the defense to shut teams out. We're asking defenses get a turnover once in a while, 3 and out once in a while. Man, help us stay in the game because Jared Goff can hit those throws. But he's not the guy. And then when you can add in a little bit of mobility and athleticism to a quarterback, that's a plus. So he doesn't have athletic ability or mobility, so he has to make that play. That is a Jared Goff. You got to hit this play. So when he doesn't hit that and he can't escape and he can't make anything happen out of nothing, it's like, well, then what are we doing? Let's get our backup in. I mean, really, let's get our backup in. I would go for that. So I wouldn't be actually surprised if we see that. We may or may not. But let me know in the comments. It's one play. I don't know if I'm crazy or not. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Jared Goff. Again, shout out to Pride of Detroit. Thanks for finding that article or finding that video. TJ Lang. Love it. And we will see all of you on the next one.